One of my favorite politicians, I've made it no secret, Bernie Sanders, you're not a politician now, is getting called out.
You look like one today.
You do look good. You look great. Okay, so he's getting called out all over this photo that went viral, right? Spawning all sorts of social media memes. We covered them. But now a teacher in San Francisco is calling him out, saying that the image shows his white male privilege, explaining that no woman would get away with dressing down like that at the inauguration. So to her point, if you look at some of the women who attended the event, they were definitely not as cash as Bernie. They were dressed to the nines. So what do you all think? Does this teacher have a point? Or is this woke culture gone too far? Woke culture being PC, politically correct? Erica, okay, girl, go.
Let's be honest, there likely was a woman who was dressed just as down as Bernie was, but the difference is when women do that, they're invisible. When men do it, it's comical. How many times have we gone to a place where it's like you walk in and it's like, I dressed for my audience, you dressed for at home, but that's okay. You know, this is how I'm used to coming in and presenting myself every day. I think it's kind of a stretch to put all of these other qualifiers on the idea that Bernie Sanders was just being Bernie Sanders. And for that reason, people glom onto that. There were people, women, just dressed as casually as Bernie. We just didn't see them, as we never do.
However, now I agree with Erica's invisible point. However, all things being equal, let's take Bernie Sanders out of this because that picture is so on brand for him, right? And we all love that about him, and that's the anomaly in this. However, all things being equal, Jeff, don't you think that a woman would be more criticized instead of being elevated and celebrated in memes like Bernie?
Bernie should have been our president twice. If I were him, I'd show up in sweatpants because I'd be mad at the whole Democratic Party for not nominating me, right? You have Hillary Clinton, who looked like she was running for president of Legoland. So let's talk about outfits if we're going to do that. Sorry, I gotta get that one in there.
Legoland?
She wears those box outfits all the time. Yeah, that's right. Must be my white male privilege, like this lady's alluded to, that everyone just glosses over. Can we go there for a minute?
Okay, go there.
If you have a movement that you're trying to suppress or someone that you're trying to suppress, when has it ever been okay to suppress anyone for their nationality, their color of their skin, their sexual orientation? White male privilege. What is this new woke culture that we're in that it's okay to just call people out like that? Bernie Sanders is wearing mittens and he's white privileged? That's ridiculous. Well, can we go down this rabbit hole a little bit?
Erica, go, and then I'll chime in if I need to.
Jeff, let's just be honest, and I feel like we may actually be on the same page here. There is a space to acknowledge white male privilege. In fact, it is long overdue. However, I think putting it onto every single thing might dilute the message, let's say. I don't want to give, I don't want to dismiss what this woman has to say. Perhaps this is, an idea of white male privilege. I certainly have walked into spaces where I have been dressed either appropriately or feel like I have to be heightened in my decor, my dress, because I need to be taken seriously, where a white male could walk in and say, I'm here, that's enough. So yes, I understand that, but I think the Bernie Sanders example is just a little bit of a stretch to me.
It's a lot of a stretch.
Well, take Bernie out of it.
Okay, I'll put myself in it. I hate the word white privilege. I hate that. It diminishes all my accomplishments, which I set out in life to do, right? Don't look at me like with that face, because I'm telling you how I feel. Okay. And I'm just expressing my example. I'm not on a soapbox here. I'm not trying to rally people. I'm telling you, it diminishes my accomplishments. I've earned this seat, okay? My mother came here on a boat from Italy. What privilege do I have? I had a suburban life in Chicago. My father worked hard. I'm not a fourth generation, fifth, sixth generation legacy to a Harvard graduation. I've worked hard for what I've got. And to diminish it with the word white privilege, I don't appreciate. I don't.
I don't think we've heard anybody speak that honestly on TV ever. I appreciate what you said.
Thank you. And
whether anybody at home agrees or disagrees, I appreciate the honesty. Go ahead, Sarah.
I do too. No, I appreciate you being transparent. And I never, ever, ever want to diminish how you feel. But taking you out of it, the most, the poorest white man still has more privilege than the richest black man. And that's just the truth of it all. It doesn't take away any...
And I'll agree with you. If we're looking at a track, like a running track, right? And there's a starting line. I'm way ahead of that starting line for the worst scenarios in life. I think we all are at this table, right? But to put a race or religion or culture or sexual orientation and just group them into that and say white male privilege, there is no other label you could put in that in today's terms and it'd be okay and we just pass over it.